What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 18, picking up from the Nexus. So before we jump on back to wrap up the Swamp of Sorrow, there are going to be a few things to cover. Mainly, if you're just starting the zone now, you should go back and watch the last episode. Otherwise, the zone is mainly going to be empty for you, as we have already knocked out the first half of the zone. As far as loadout, still with the Sodden Ring, having access, or at least in your inventory, the Thief Ring and the Ring of Avarice is going to be really nice going through this area, and just kind of being able to freely swap between them is important. Then even if you're doing a magic build, I've said this since episode 2, there are some trophies and even, situations where you're going to want to have a bow and arrow. Bow upgrade as much as you can get it. You're probably not going to make the lava bow for a mage build, but just any bow where you can boost that damage as much as possible. And you're going to want to have at least probably 150 arrows, maybe 200 to be safe doing what we're going to do. Now, despite your weapon, even though we have the large sword of Moonlight, which is the best weapon for our build we just got last episode, we still want to use a dragon longsword, as the enemies here are going to be exceptionally weak to fire. It's going to make things easier for not just the basic enemies, but also for the first boss we're going to face, right? So just a couple things to keep in mind that might make life a little bit easier for everyone. So as mentioned, we're going to pick up right where we left off. The first two big areas are actually knocked out in full. All hidden items, secret items such as the large sword of Moonlight and the dull armor set we picked up. Then, obviously all of the invasions and with your phantoms, the items in general, enemies, all this has been cleared aside for one little village in the back. Yeah, that's what I would tell you. Probably should block first. He's a dick. Now, if you're doing the recommended build, what we're going to do is we're going to go on down, cast Regeneration. Nope, did I forget to... Yeah, I went and pulled all my heals out and forgot to put them on. And if you want to keep a cleanser 2 on you and some Age Spice so we can cast, it wouldn't be bad. But mainly worry about your healing, guys. Yep, I don't like being stuck. Don't care for that. Either way, if you were to cast Regeneration and then obviously the shield, this is for the most part going to offset the poison. The poison's going to try to come up your health, but it's really going to struggle to move because every time it ticks away, it's being replaced with health. That's why, like I said, we recommended the Faith build. There's just always an option for survivability for us. Usually a pretty good one. You gotta try to get. If you're at full health, you'll see that your health bar is not moving at all. It's hard to see if you're not at full health, but it's not moving at all. So once you go all the way back to the island where the first fog wall was, we're gonna go through. Now we've already done everything up here, so just roll off to your right, and we're gonna run straight on back. Like I said, this swamp as well has been knocked out in full. All of your items, all the hidden stuff, all the optional stuff. So, we already went all the way up there. If you're to go to the very back left-hand corner, that is, where we're going. But if you could actually keep going to the left and wrapping around, that's what leads you up top. So all this has been done as well. So what we're going to do is once we get to the back left corner, we're going to go to the right. There's going to be a little platform that lets us into this village. Now, if you have not been here, there's going to be a fog wall. For us, it's been gone because we showed you where to get infinite fate stones when we covered every upgrade path and how to get upgrades earlier in the game. Because we recommend a faith build, but until now you can't even upgrade your weapons. That's obviously, not a viable option, because I don't know how you'd make it this far without any upgrades, right? So we did, just show this stuff off later. Earlier. So let's go and put on our Thief Ring. Now, we're not going to be able to move well in the swamp, but it's not going to matter. What this is going to do, allow us to not have to fight all these guys. Now, the dude over there, the shaman, the one in the green, he'll start to follow, but he's going to back off. I really don't even have to check. I just know he's going to do it. Don't ask me how I know. I just know. We go back to Sodden Ring. Yep, see? He's gone. I was like rolling the dice. I'm like, I know he doesn't follow us, but I'm like, wait, maybe I stopped a little bit short there. I should have went up a little further. Either way, right here's where you're going to buy your infinite fate stones. So we have covered this earlier. That's the only real thing here. Everything else you've seen 1,000 times from every other merchant, guys. So I wouldn't, put too much stock in that. So you're going to see my souls there. I started recording this episode. Then I forgot to kind of mention a few things where I load out, so I just got myself killed real quick. But either way, what we're going to do is you're going to notice there's like higher layers, middle layers, and lower layers. Now, we need to just work our way straight through this village. The best way we're going to do this is to do it twice. So, we're going to work our way straight on through, almost near the boss door, and there's a sneaky little side route that's going to give us a shortcut. So, we don't have to do this huge run back again. So, I think it'd be more beneficial to get the shortcut and then kind of backtrack. Now, we can do the very lower area, but don't worry about the middle and the top. That comes later, okay? But yeah, it's almost like go through it and go through it again. That was cheap as fuck, I think, but... Ah, they got us, yep. All that time talking to you guys. It's okay, it happens. Exactly why we want a shortcut, so we don't have to, you know, deal with this bullshit every time. It's very, very irritating area. If you have not raged yet, this area will probably do it, you know. I didn't really have any trouble when I went through taking notes for the episode, but I wasn't trying to stop and talk to you guys and explain things, and that's what's ultimately getting us caught. Now, since we do have so many arrows, we can kind of sit back and thin the herd, and I think that's what we're going to do just to kind of save us the fucking irritation. You know, and trust me, it pisses me off too. You guys aren't alone here. Just because I keep a bunch of patience when I do these series doesn't mean I don't get fucking mad. I've had it to where I've had to redo whole episodes because shit pissed me off so much, and I snap, you know, like, dude, this is fucking ridiculous, and I'm like, no one wants to hear that shit. Although it does show some normalcy. It shows I'm just like you guys, you know. I get mad too. But usually it's like just dumb shit, like getting stuck in a corner, or, you know, just shit that feels very, 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 very unfair. I don't like it. I don't care for it. If I die, I want it to be because of some fault of my own. Like that. That was my fault. Although that one still pissed me off. You know? It's one of them things. Now, this village is hell to navigate. Like I said, you got, you know, a higher area, lower area, middle area. So all we're really going to be doing is pushing through. And we'll get the items at the layer we're on. But anything beneath you, anything above you, don't worry about. We're going to get the shortcut, then we're going to come back. That's, you know. Because if you're just kind of going around, circling all around, you get caught, you have the big run back. And I almost feel like it's less confusing this way. And you'll see what I mean. Just because of where the shortcut is and how it lines us up for the rest of the zone. Now, if we don't put on a thief ring here, we're going to have to fight like 3 of the really big guys. We're going to have to fight a shaman and a couple of the smaller ones as well. So what I would probably do... Just get as close as you can. Then once again, just put on that thief ring, guys. Save you a few fights. You can't run past these guys. They will follow you all the way up. You better believe it. All of them. You know, and you're probably just going to get killed. You're going to have too many guys chasing you. You have guys behind you. You have guys in front of you. Let's get up a little bit more. Be sure this time. Where are you? Let's see if we get in the herd. These guys are super fucking annoying. They do very well bunch it up on you. Really? Thank you. So they're going to bunch up on you, so if we could try to separate them a bit, we'll make life much easier. That might be enough. Thank you. Like I said, just this little level that we're on right here, guys. Yeah, let's start really coming in. There's a lot of them here. I don't know. I don't want to say there's 50, but probably pretty close to how many there really are. Where are you? And you can't see them either. Let's go ahead and grab this. If we can just hit the guy, that'd be nice. That'd be different, wouldn't it? Alright, get back to our bow. We'll get this gentleman. We'll get it, guys. Just stick with it. It's just, you know, it's one of them areas. I think they may have went a little too hard here, you know, like if we get it, you're trying to make the game difficult, but it does get to a point where you're doing a bit much. You know what I mean? Like, I like difficult games, but like when you're just doing too much, you're just like, hey, fuck it. It's not about fun anymore. It's just we want to be difficult. So anyway, if you stay to the far right-hand side, you could usually roll right in, get your jelly right here, then roll back. Now, while we are here, I think we might. Let's be careful. I was going to run past your shortcut, but we might be able to get all the stuff that's right here without backtracking. Try to save us some time. So faint stones, go on down, storied, climb back up. Yeah, like that. We're have to really backtrack for that. Thank you. Alright, so once we got to that point, we're just going to backtrack. We actually did quite well separating everybody too. It's just a lot of zigzagging here, guys. Alright. So that area you see over there, that ledge, we're going to have to take a top path to get to it, so that comes later. But like I said, we should be able to get most of it. Turn around. Thought I saw another dude. Yeah, they're just all over the fucking place, if I'm being honest. Alright. All you're really doing is just going down the straight path, but just keep in mind there's guys fucking everywhere. Should be. Yep, there is. There's gonna be a few. Alright, so that stuff up top, you see, like I said, that's gonna come later. So you're just really falling all the way down. It'll start to get a little bit lower here. Then you're gonna see this ramp. So we're gonna take this over. There should be a guy. Might be the next tent. Yep, and there's stuff under the dock too. We'll get it, just not yet. What we're gonna do is just go all the way down and just start leading back up. Now, all those other items you see on the top, once you go up here, you can backtrack and get to all that stuff, right? But our shortcut is actually right here. So this is what I want to do first. So when you get up top, if you just hug this wall, there's a really sneaky path right here. And that's gonna lead you all the way back to the start of the zone. Let us kick down a plank. So if you get killed, you don't have to run through the swamps every fucking time, as it's, it's quite annoying. Definitely want a bow here. It's gonna be like, it's like 6 of them. There's a few. Then the ledges are gonna get tighter and tighter to the wall. So don't go too quickly, or you're probably gonna regret it. Oh, I got too close. Yeah, they have this grab attack that's really bad, really bad. It'll lock you in place even after they let go. It does a lot of damage. No, you don't. Alright. Now keep pushing forward. So like I said, it's going to start getting really tight here. Really tight. Like right here, look at that. You have that tiny little thing to walk up. I lost track. Did we kill 6 bugs yet? I wrote down those 6. I think we may have got them all. This is a really good lizard. It actually gives you a final upgrade map for faith weapons. You're pure. Oh, no, it's the next one. Sorry, next one. Fate Stone Chunk. So yeah, we get another lizard. Is it the boss room? Or no, it's a chance drop. It was that one. It's a chance drop. It's not guaranteed. Either way, that's where you originally came down from right there. If you guys remember, there's that little gap. Well, that's that plank. So now if you die, just go all the way down and just go straight across. That will put you right back. So yes, that has a chance to drop a pure. It's not guaranteed, but not to worry. We're going to get another pure anyway. There's going to be a few crystal lizards here. Now, remember, every time you kill a boss, they all respawn. So that's not just the ones here. That's the Brave Chasm, World 5-1. That one will come back, give you more Faint Stones. So if you're trying to bring up like a few different weapons for Faith, you should be able to pull off probably 2 maxed out, maybe even 3. It's definitely going to require farming for like the regular Faint Stone shards, but you should have enough chunks and pures to get those done. And those are the harder ones to get. Plus, you could just farm up from the Filthy Woman and buy more that way as well. So once we get here, we do want to drop. This is going to get you a very rare set. It's the Shaman set from him. You have to kill him exactly. So if you notice, as soon as I take him out, that's your Shaman set. So it's a very, very, very specific enemy you have to kill. Otherwise, you will miss that set. It's not particularly great, but it is in the game. Now we're going to go under the dock before we go back up. For 2 really, really good grass. That's your Dark Moon. Oh, I can't carry Dark Moon. We have to redo our storage. Yep, get 2 there. So Dark Moon is a full heal, but it also cleanses all status effects. Very, very, very powerful stuff. Really nice for areas like this, honestly. I should have put some on. Is there anything that we could... send back? I can't wear that anyways. Shouldn't be that way down, if you ask me. We didn't even have that much shit on us. I think that armor set I had, I was gonna wear it, but I didn't have the stamina. But I think it was just so heavy. So once you go up here, everything to the left, we've already done the bottom portions of. So we're gonna backtrack and go back up top where we were. So you go through here again. Go to the right. Yep, here's your guys you took out. Look at that faint stone chunk, preservation grains, really nice. It's consumable. It's almost like the grains from the bear bugs, where it raises your defenses. Alright, so the boss is right there. If you look straight, as soon as you go over here to the right, the boss is straight across. And that's like your last little area with the, actually your pures up there. But first, we want to backtrack and do everything that's actually behind us that we missed on the way in because you couldn't get to the top. So this is how you're going to have to do it. So everything beneath us we should have got. Then you just kind of backtrack the top layer. So like I said, you're essentially doing like 2 loops to actually get everything. It's just a lot of layers to it. That's just how it's going to work. Remember that platform I said you have to go around the top to get to it? That's that item right there. And that should be our last item. Shuttle, guaranteed, although you could have farmed it earlier. Then we should just be able to kind of go right here and roll. Rotten arrows, roll again. Then we can shoot on over, go back up. Now, since we didn't rest, these guys should all be dead. There could be a straggler here or there. But that should be all of your items. Besides that back corner right before the boss. You know, that's all that's left. We've already done everything under the docks, top, below, we're good. Alright, so before we go to the boss, like I said, there's one last little section. So you're going to go back up again. But instead of going down this way, you're going to go across this to the right. We got to climb up here, but first, we're going to go and handle these assholes. There's usually guys to your left, unless that was him. Okay. There just happen to be more of them in here. Usually there's always a guy to your left, so try to keep that in mind. They'll jump out at you. Thank you. You just follow this around. So that's the boss right there. However, I didn't, no, we have to climb here. We weren't high enough. That's my bad. Yeah, right here, this little ledge you can climb. It doesn't look like you can climb it, but you can. This is where you get your other upgrades from. So, there's supposed to be, I think, a couple regular faint stones and then a chunk. So the pure was from the crystal lizard. Like I said, it was just a chance drop. We got chunks instead, but you can actually get a pure from them. Like if you notice, sometimes you'll do a lizard and give you like 8 hard stones, or the same lizard later might give you 8 sharp stones. So they have a chance of dropping different things. It's not that, you know, we missed it, it's just we didn't get lucky was all. Either way, with that, we can go fight the filthy Colossus as your zone is wrapped up in full. So we were pretty close last episode, we just didn't have the time. This guy's exceptionally weak to fire, that's how you want to play it. He's a really big beast like your Leechmonger. He's almost got like these huge boulders for hands. I think one's got like a bucket over it. He does this roar of poison AoE, so if you see him kind of crouching down and roaring, just roll back away, doesn't last long, rush back in, stay behind the guy, he hits hard, he has the same flailing combos as the Leechmonger, so if he knocks you down with the first hit, the other hits you have iframes through. Now the Sodden Ring can be nice, there's like one little area in here that is swamp-like, but you could also just avoid it and put on whatever ring you want. So now if this guy hits you, it's gonna hurt. But our fire does do quite a bit of damage. So we just want to stay behind the guy. Alright, so there's the AoE little burst of poison. And it can drop. Oh, catch you guys for the back swipe. Let's heal. Heal. I don't think I ever seen him do that, but usually I just get him down really quickly. Let's heal. Very easy fight, guys. Very, 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 very easy fight. It's not bad at all. And we could have put on the Ring of Avarice there to get a little bit more souls, which we'll do for the next fight because we're not really going to be in danger, which, you know, will help us out get some levels. But I want to keep on the Sodden Ring just in case I stepped in the wrong spot. So, Eroded Demon Soul, Nexus. So this only gets you one spell, which is Acid Fog. You can only get it from one NPC, so it's not going to be Uria. That's your basic guy. You're going to want to go over here to Sage Freak.
You have your...
And right down here, Acid Cloud. Generates a cloud of acid. So it's similar to Poison Cloud. I think it may be better, though, because you're getting it later in the game. I've never, actually done magic, so I never tested that out. But nothing from Uria. No miracle with that. If you guys want the spell, go ahead and pick it up. You are going to need it for your platinum. I mean, if you're not doing nothing else with it, you might as well go ahead and grab that.
Then touch it. Soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
We get like 8 points in damage a level right now, too, on, our faith weapon. So it's pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up. I'll deal with that in my spare time.
I was worried sick.
It should be good. Alright, so for what we're doing next, you need a bunch of arrows, guys. I probably have about 200. Like I said, even if you are doing a magic build, this is imperative that you have a bow with a bunch of arrows. We're like 1,000. Guys, I'm going to go farm this real quick. We don't want to go in this fight with a bunch of levels in case things go bad. We're probably going to lose them all. And we want to get in human form too. I'm sorry, soul form. So I'm actually putting myself at risk of turning my world tendency here in World 4, but it's only take us 2 seconds. Hopefully we don't get invaded and put ourselves at risk. I would not recommend do this. Go and get in soul form first, guys. So we're about to go over the boss, but yeah, essentially it's kind of like a cheese because there's a hidden trophy. And if you don't have an arrow set up, I don't think getting it's going to be the easiest thing, if I'm being completely honest. So essentially what's happening is, as we progress the zone, we're going to come into our next area. I think it's called the Rotten Haven. Now you come in on this really big cliff, and then at the very bottom of a trench-like setup is going to be a faith user. She's your boss. All she's really going to do is sit there and keep healing. So we're just going to pop her with arrows because she also has a knight that protects her. It's not it was the Dark Knight. I always forget his name, but it's the knight that protects her. So typically you'd have to go down there, take the knight out, and then after that you will be able to just kind of whack on her and beat her. However, there's a hidden achievement for not touching her knight at all. So we're going to stay up on the cliff and fire arrows. The only other way to get this hidden achievement would be to go all the way down, which sounds really bad. You have to go all the way down, avoid this guy while you try to get to her, running through an area that has these little creatures that do plague. They're bigger than the rats. They're almost like little children, like plague children. And I don't think it's really going to be possible. So what we're going to do instead is just use arrows. This is the best way I've found to actually get this trophy, guys. Instead, you can go down there and try to avoid the guy, but he has this really big great mace. It's probably going to one-shot you. He's a pretty formidable guy all in all. And then aside from that, you also have all the little plague children down there that, they're going to mess you up. So they plague you, which constantly ticks on your health, like even more than poison. But it also does a lot of damage to you too. So that's just, it's not the way we want to play it. Either way, once we're all caught up here, Rotting Haven. So this is Astraea. Astraea? It's Astraea or Astraea. Like I said, it's a really easy fight. Now, since she can't heal herself, we just got to keep firing arrows to kind of offset that. And there is going to be a bunch of items down here to get. So first, we're going to go through the boss arena. We just want to get the few items here, which isn't much, but there's a few things. And the Rotten Haven almost looks like a whole nother zone. And you come in at, like I said, the top of a cliff, so there's items underneath you we will have to go back for. But first, we're going to, take her out, then go back in soul form. So, with that, we are ready to go. We're going to start working our way down. And when we get to this big trench over here, what you want to do is stay to the far right side. Once we get to the end of it, that's where we're set up for the fight itself. So, it'll make more sense when you see it. But essentially, that's the plan. There's not much of a strategy here. Shoot arrows, put her down. Now, the reason I said that even magic builds want an arrow for this, because I don't know another way to get this hidden trophy. Trying to go down there and avoid her knight's really hard. And then you got the plague children too, right? But your spells aren't going to reach from here. It's just too far down. So that's why I said, even back in episode 2, like, if you're doing magic, still get a bow. Bring it up. Make sure you reach the stat requirements to use it. This is important. Because if you don't reach the stat requirements, you're never going to get the damage to put her down. And even if you do, if it's not upgraded, you're probably not going to put her down with the damage you have. His name, if it ain't it's Jarl or something like that, but that's her knight. Like you see, big old great mace. It's actually identical to Dark Souls 3. The maiden that we had in that game was guarded by a guy with the same weapon as him. I thought that was pretty funny.
Go forth, Galvin. May you be
Galvin?
unharmed.
I don't remember his name being Galvin. I think I always called him Gal. That's what I was thinking, Garl. Alright, so either way, when we go in here, guys, so we're just going to stick to the right-hand side. Because you're going to notice, like, there's a whole zone. There's, a lot of layers here, a lot of stuff going on. This is more of next episode, when we do our tendency events. Are you the one I had notes on that gives us the pure? One of you fuckers did. I thought it was just because of our luck. Maybe it was the wrong lizard. Yeah, okay, so... yeah, I thought it was our luck. So these guys aren't really a threat because they're kind of worshiping maiden astraea. You just kind of go in and beat on them. Actually, I'm pretty sure we can just go back to our weapon now. We're not going through a whole zone anymore. Alright, so once you get to the very far side, you're set up for it. Now you see she's quite far away. So once you are able to hit her with the arrow, you're set. You're right in that spot where you want to be. You're just going to fire and fire and fire away. And you're not going to stop. Yep, so don't stop here, guys, because she heals, right? Her damage is actually better than I thought it would be, since I'm not really getting any scaling off the bow, because we went faith, and we did not go strength or dex, and that's where the scaling is, or magic. But her damage isn't the worst. So like I said, as we fire arrows, that's why you're so relentless. You just can't stop, right? You cannot stop. I think the hidden trophy is called No One Harmed or something like that. So you get the trophy for Maiden Astraea, and then you're going to get the No One Harmed trophy. One Unharmed, something like that. So she is going to be healing, but every time you're going to notice her healing doesn't do as well. And eventually you just get to the point where she's dead. Before, when she was healing, if you notice, it had her at like full health, and then about halfway. And her spell only lasts like 5 seconds, so it can't really contain what we're doing here. She might do it one more time, maybe not even, because no, she's dead. So that's it. You say you're going to get 2 trophies there, guys. So Maiden Astraea, for taking her out. And then you're going to get the trophy for not killing or hurting her knight in any way. And the best way to do this, hopefully you got the recommended build, or at least did pick up Evacuate. Oh, I forgot to put on our fucking ring again. The Ring of Avarice. I did mention it for both bosses, I just forgot to do it. So hopefully you guys did. You would have got 20% more souls. It's not the biggest deal. It would have gave us a little bit extra. Not enough for a level, but still a little bit extra.
Then touch the soul of the mind.
So 240, look at that. 7 levels of damage.
Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Art thou finished?
Oh, yeah, we are not going to have enough.
May thy strength.
Don't worry about her soul. We're going to pick it up when we go back, so it's not the biggest deal. It's still going to be there, right at your next checkpoint, as always. I still have 300 arrows, thank God, because I'm thinking about just Children of the Plague might just get hit with a bunch of arrows so we can progress. Because to get all the items at the bottom, you're going to have to try to roll through and dodge and probably get killed a bunch of times just to get it all because they're going to keep grabbing you and building a plague, and it's a real nightmare. So maybe we could just go in with our arrows and try and thin the herd. So what I had in my notes was exactly that, just us kind of roughing it and running and rolling, and I'm going to see if we can just thin them out. We'll go a little bit off script here, but probably, do us a lot of justice. So, Sanctuary of the Lost. So right when you go forward, there they are. Yep, we can't really get to them, can we? Fuckers. You see them? Nasty little fuckers, aren't they? And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. And if they're not popping up, you just can't really get to them. If we can thin them out a bit, that should, help us just get through. We'll still have to like kind of roll through and dodge, but still, there won't be as many. Did we already get killed? Yep. Like I said, it's constantly ticking on your health. I'm so focused on taking them down. So we might just try to rough it. Fuck it. It's going to be a bit of a suicide run. Now, we don't have any souls. So we're not worried about anything. So, I guess before we do the bottom, we might as well just be going through here and doing all this. So, that was her night set right there. So, if you would have killed him, you would have got it then. But even with just killing her, it's guaranteed from, beating the boss. This is going to bring you back up to about where we were. But because of how we did things, we didn't have a way to pick everything up, so. Damn, we didn't even step in it. Yeah, it's gonna be little by little, I guess. I apologize, guys. You can put on your cleansing for it, but I don't remember even stepping in the swamp. I mean, we start in it, right? Okay, so it's already got us. So we do have antidote. I was gonna do this last. Let's go and get the bad part done first, guys. Let's just try to, you see what I'm saying? It's just an atrocious fucking thing here. I was gonna save the bottom for last, but maybe we could just try to. All right, guys. Best to just try to run through, but you guys see what you're dealing with here. It's just not an easy thing. That's why I was gonna try to do this last. Where you guys at? Thank you. This is exactly why I was trying to do this last. It's kind of shitty, you know what I mean? It's kind of shitty. Pure mirror stone. Oh, come on, fucks. Try to heal. Children of the Plague. Gotta love them. Gotta love them. Alright, so that should clear up that whole section. There we go. Alright, Ring of Sincere Prayer. Pure Blood Demon Soul. That was from her. We're just gonna refresh now. So that was the hard part. Like I said, I was going to try to do it last, but we still have our other items since, like I said, we never actually worked our way into this area. Hopefully save on some healing here. So yeah, a little bit of a pain in the ass. You know, there's not much we can do about that. He's not supposed to invade. So we deal with him and, oh yeah, we're in pure white. Yep. Well, I guess the rest of the items we'll just cover next episode when we do our events. So he invades when we're in pure white. Just because I wasn't ready for it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So that's good. Like I said, we'll get the rest of our items next episode, I guess. So there's a few events as always. We have to do our pure white, we have to do our pure black. So in pure white, he shows up, we take him out, we get his weapon, we get a shield, we get a quest item. And then there's also going to be other events we have to do for pure white and for pure black. But that's next episode. So if he's going to be in our way immediately, we're just going to have to wait. And then, well, you know, we'll cover it then. Now, before we close out, there's one last thing to cover. It's because I interacted with the Arkstone. I didn't plan on it, but I'm like, well, while we're here, let's get her soul.
Are you sure?
So here's the real problem. So with her soul, we're going to get relief, heal, health, and status of touched character. So it's almost like a miracle even for magic builds. Then you go on over here to him, and you're going to have Death Cloud, generate a poisonous cloud of death. I don't know why we have 3 poison clouds in the game, but we do. So that's, you know, 2 playthroughs right there, right? Because you have to make a choice. And then if you're going on over here to your miracles.
Oh, is that? Do you have further?
You notice we now have Resurrection. Resurrect phantoms in their own world. Pure Blood Demon Soul. So this is the build we're doing. That's what we're going to pick up. But stuff like that is exactly why you guys do have 3 playthroughs. So, like I said, we'll get 99% of everything done. But when we're closed out, you're going to have, you know, pretty much all your miracles. I think you're going to have to save 3 colorless and New Game Plus so we can at least get our weapons upgraded this playthrough. But you have 1 miracle, then you're going to have to go through all your spells and, you know, get what you can. And that's where your other 2 playthroughs are going to come in hand at, right? But you are going to have all of your other trophies besides those in the Platinum itself. We'll make sure everything else is covered in full. But either way, with that, we're going to wrap up here. Next episode, we're going to be knocking out all of your pure white events, then all of your pure black events. I did want to finish clearing the items in that area, but since my dumbass grabbed the Arkstone when I was supposed to do it last, and I was like, oh, fuck, let's get this done now because it sucks. Yeah, we started spawning in our pure white events, which, you know, we're not doing yet. So we will handle that, you know, the rest of that area when we do our pure white events next episode, get the rest of those items, and then just knock all of our events out in full. Then at that point, you know, World 2 is completely done. World 3 is completely done. World 5 is completely done. We'll have to push through with World 4, and then we are set up for the end game. So y'all stay tuned, and we'll catch you back here shortly.